Hold on to your mug. We're in for a wild night.
Greeting, traveler.
Welcome everybody to a special bonus episode of Born to Be Wild, a Wild exclusive Hearthstone podcast where we have fun hanging out with friends, talking about the Wild format of Hearthstone and spotlighting members of the Wild community. Today, we do not have any special guests with us. It's the three of us, me, Mike, and Hydra, and we are doing a little bit of a retrospective look back at our top 15 cards from Scholomance Academy. So we're getting ready for this week's show to do our big review show that we always do, and we thought it'd be a fun idea to take a look back. So when we do these review shows, we always score the cards. So each one of us scores the cards, and then come up with a kind of a collective score and order the cards to see what we think are going to be the best cards from the set. And now that it has been a solid 4 months, to go back and take a look at our top 15 and see whether we were right or wrong, or whether we whiffed majorly on anything. So it should be kind of fun. So, but anyways, hey Mike, how you doing today? It's good to see you as always.
Oh yeah, man, I'm doing great today. I'm excited for this. Pretty cool idea. I like it.
Should be fun, right? Hydra, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing really good. I'm happy to look at these things, and I'm looking forward to everything that's happening tomorrow and then on the 17th. Had a good day playing the game today, clearing all those quests on the servers.
Right? Oh, man. Yeah, I keep hearing people say you clear out all your quests because starting tomorrow there's the new system, and
and I didn't know if you just needed to make sure you had one space or whatever, so I just made I cleared everything.
So here's what we did last time. Here's our scoring guide, at least that we did last time, and I believe that we will probably use this for this coming review show as well. So we scored the cards 1 through 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the best. So 1 is unplayable, bad. 2 sees fringe play, 3 is playable, 4 is played in meta decks, and 5 is meta defining or busted. And so on the last review show, it was myself, Mike, Hydra, we had Danny Donuts, and we had Electric Sheep City. And we each scored the cards. Now, we underestimated the amount of time that it would take. Ended up breaking all of the records and did it. recorded for 10 and a half hours. I had to break the episode into 4 parts for the podcast streaming services, but
still blows my mind that actually happened.
So this time we're recording on Saturday morning instead of Friday night, just in the event that it goes long, that we have the day cleared, and so it'll be a blast. So earlier today,
big brain,
got chicken ready, got snacks prepared.
It'll be good.
Ready.
It'll be good. So earlier today they did the final card dump, and so we'll spend the next few days kind of prepping for this weekend's giant card review episode. But today we thought it would be a blast to kind of take a look back and see how accurate we were. And so in looking at these, initially we were thinking we'd look at our top 10, but in looking at the scores, there was a big break between the top 15 and 16. So I thought, hey, let's take 16 or the top 15 instead. And I'll start with the lowest, work our way up to the one that we scored the highest, and then just kind of chat and see were we right? were we right? Were we wrong? And then any input from chat if you guys are interested in that. And then I'd be curious also to chat with you guys and also anyone who's in chat and see, were there any that we majorly whiffed on? Did we miss anything? So we'll see. Mm-hmm. So unless you guys have any other preliminaries, we can just jump right into it.
Let's give her.
Yeah, I'm ready to jump in. I was going to say, I was running some errands today and I totally forgot about the card dump. so I got to catch up on what the rest of the cards are. I'm excited to
Oh yeah,
check that out after this.
you got some good stuff to look at there.
It's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I mean, I'd recommend. Yeah, watch it on YouTube. Take a look. I don't know if there was anything too crazy. I've found myself very frustrated with how slowly Crip plays cards. He kept playing like the vanilla cards and not the new ones, and I was like, "Come on, dude."
Man.
Well,
Yeah,
he was playing like he plays arena. Okay, so he was like playing for board, right?
Yeah.
And like he was really trying to make sure that he was in control of the match. And instead of like, hey, let's see what this new card does, he was just like controlling the board and everything. So
Well, and
Hey, real quick,
yeah.
As a sales and marketing whiz, and I love this stuff. Chalky did slip too because he should have let the board state be empty, so Crip could have played the Cthulhu. I feel like that would have hyped the crowd up and would have drove sales through the roof. But
Well,
nonetheless.
and at one point, Chalky had to. I don't say he had to, but there was like BM where he cleared the entire board, even though he could have just won the game.
oh, the plague of death,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
winning the
Yeah.
hearts of the people.
Winning the
yeah,
hearts of the
yeah. I
people.
think Chalky was the real MVP. But anyways,
I mean, it doesn't matter who wins. We just want to see the cards.
no,
right?
that's it. I'll never forget. The time that Brian Kibler was doing the final card reveal for Knights of the Frozen Throne, and the card that I wanted to see the very most was the Warlock, the Gul'dan Death Knight, and he burned it. He like overdrew and and burned the Gul'dan Death Knight, and I was so mad. It was like the one card that I really wanted to see, and yeah, no, he'll never live that down. But anyways, he did a good job on the last reveal thing, so we'll see. You guys looking forward to the new stuff tomorrow, the reward system and all that? It should be kind of cool.
I almost
What
wish
time
it
does
came
it
out
go
today,
live?
since like a lot of us had the day off today. Would have been great to start getting those achievements.
Yeah.
I don't know what time it goes live. Usually their stuff is like 10 a.m. Pacific, but I don't know. I really don't know. But we'll see. I got to work tomorrow, and so I'm not going to be able to even touch it until after work. But
Oh, damn.
today was like one of those rare experiences for me where I had the day off. Like usually when they do these card reveal streams, like I'm stuck at work and I can't watch until like after work or my lunch break or something. And so it was cool to watch it live this morning.
Yeah, I didn't. Dang. Normally I would, but I didn't even watch it live.
It's all good. I mean, I don't think if you've managed to dodge spoilers, like, yeah, just
Not all of it. I watched some. Because of what happened, I had to leave. I'm not. Anyway.
It's all good. It's all good. We could chat about it later, but
Yeah.
all right. So let's get into it. So our number 15, we collectively scored this at a 3.6. Was Wandmaker, the 2-mana 2/2 battle cry, add a 1-cost spell from your class to your hand. So 3. If I'm looking at the scoring guide again, 3 is playable. 4 is played in meta decks, and we gave it right in between. So, I mean, I feel like that's fairly accurate. I don't think it's quite as busted as we thought.
No, but it's still good. It's a good card for sure.
I definitely think that a lot of decks use it. I don't know. Definitely more of the, like, I've seen Demon Hunter running it. I've seen the Mage decks running it. I think the idea was, hey, we're going to play this in Quest Mage and get evocations from it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think we did a solid on it. I don't know
Yeah, I
that it's...
I think it's pretty accurate. Maybe instead of a 3.6 that it's average, it's maybe more of just a solid 3.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite as prevalent as we thought, but I still see it often enough. Like, it's not a total flop.
Yeah.
I think we have a top 15 list. Well, I was going to say this card making the top 15 is correct, but peeking at the list, there might be a card or 2 or 3 that shouldn't be here.
Oh, you know, I agree with you. I agree with you, and
But,
I
we'll
do
get
think
there.
that there's a couple that we probably whiffed on. So, okay, well, I'll just move on to the next one then. The next one up also scored a 3.6. Was Dr. Krastenov, the warrior and rogue legendary. It's a 5 mana 4/4 with rush. Whenever it attacks, give your weapon +1/+1. And I think that this was fairly accurate. I think that early on it didn't see a lot of play, but over time we've seen it more and more. Where, especially with the increase in Reno Priest, that people have started adding this deck to like Bomb Warrior to make your Wrench Caliber have more durability. And I know people have been playing it in Odd Rogue. And I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a solid 3. Maybe it's a 3.5. I don't know. It's not, meta defining by any means, but I think it's actually not bad.
Yeah, I still think it's a solid card for sure. It's not a 4. It's not a 5. I would, if I was going to vote again on this, it would be, if we did 0.5s, it'd be a 3.5 again. I still think it's a good card, and I don't think it's going to go away. I think it's always going to be there, maybe meta dependent, but I don't think it's going to go away.
No, and I think you can't underestimate, like, the rush is just so, I don't know, it's just so good to be able to clear the opponent's board. So.
Yeah. Plus, I was gonna, I'm thinking, I wish this next set was coming out in December, because I like that we're doing our top 15 look back, because then after this we could, if the set was coming out in December, we could do like actual top 15 cards, because I feel like if we did a top 15, I would be okay with this card making top 15 of the set. I like this card a lot.
We can do it with a new one though. We can.
Yeah. It just hit me. I'm not trying to throw up more on our plate. No. Like,
no, I mean I like it. I like it.
In the
Content
future.
is good.
Yeah. See, Blizzard, what's up? But anyway, let's go.
That's right. Okay, so the next one up also. So we had 4 cards that all, I guess 5 cards that all tied with like a 3.6. And the scoring is a little bit funky because we recorded for so long that as time went on, like I know Danny
forgot how to do math.
Our scores, well, like Danny had to leave at some point, and Mike left at some point when we started like hit 5 a.m.
So. Yeah, it was basically like the classic like Royal Rumble. Like the later in the match, people tap out, they get thrown out. So like the later the show, the less people there were.
Yeah.
That's great.
Not this time. Not this time.
Nah, we'll be good. Okay, so the next one up also at 3.6 was Cutting Class. So this again is the Warrior and Rogue 5-mana spell. Draw 2 cards, cost 1 less per attack of your weapon. And I think that this is pretty accurate because honestly, I think we see this in pretty much all of the meta Rogue decks, and probably in your Warrior decks as well. I mean, drawing cards is always good. Reduction of mana is always good. Like I think this one was a pretty solid choice. So I think we nailed this one personally.
For sure, like in like Kingsbane. Oh, it's just good. This is a good card for sure. Sometimes you play this for 2, sometimes you play it for 0, right? Like it's absolutely solid. It's I don't know. It looks like I gave it a 4. I'm gonna stick with that.
Yeah, 0. I gave it a 4 as well. 0 mana, draw 2. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. The next one up is, it looks like also tied for 3.6. Boo. Disciplinarian Gambling is the 4-mana 3/6 priest and warlock legendary. After you play a minion, destroy it and summon a 4/4 failed student.
See, I forgot about this card. So
it's because it's not good, unfortunately. I do think that there is a lot of experimenting that hasn't happened. Mostly because so this is a wild centric show, right? And but the decks, for the most part, the decks that we play are so refined. The question is, does this either fit into an existing archetype or does it create a new archetype? And you could fit it into some sort of Q block, maybe that used the eggs or something like that. But that deck is nowhere near the power level of any other Warlock deck. And then Darkglare happened. And so this deck, nobody's played it. A couple people have experimented with it. And I thought
maybe one day, I don't know, but it's not there yet.
Yeah, this was a giant whiff for me. I mean, I gave it a 5 because I thought it was gonna. There's some shenanigans that you could do with this.
One of us gave it a 2. I don't know who it is, but
I gave it the best rating.
That person was on point, whoever it was.
I don't know. I think that's I don't know. Yeah, somebody gave it a 2, and I think that you could run it in a zoo style deck, right? In chat saying Martian Boo's been running it in the cute lock deck, and I think that there's potential. I just don't think it's anywhere near like top 15.
Wait, he put this in Q Block?
No, cute lock, the one with the snow flipper penguins and the tiny fin Murloc tiny fin. They call it cute lock.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I saw this card played in a Hobgoblin deck a couple of times.
Yeah. You can play it in that deck.
That's the only time I've ever seen it.
I do think that, like, when you compare this card to Umbra, I almost think, Umbra's, what is it, a 3/4 or something like that, where this is a 4-mana 3/6, so it's more difficult to kill the body. But that being said, like, it's really difficult to find a place for it. So, oops.
One of those 31st cards.
Well, and I think that this one, I was like, no, hear me out, you guys. It's going to be so good. And everyone's like, I don't know. Well, not perfect. Not all the time anyways.
It had a cool ad, the 3D stuff. It popped up the card.
Yeah, it did. Okay, so this is our last one that was tied for 3.6. And then we'll get into our top 10. So it's Brittle Destroyer. It's the Priest and Warlock 4-mana 3/3 battle cry. If your hero's health change this turn, destroy a minion. I kind of think that we scored it a little bit too high.
I think so too.
I've seen it played quite a bit in Standard. Not that I play very much Standard, but I've raged a few times when Priest decks have played it against me. But I don't really see it in Wild very much. I think I've seen it in even Warlock, but nobody plays even Warlock.
See, the way that I pictured this was it was going to be Vile Spineslayer.
Yeah.
But it just really hasn't seen major meta play like whatsoever.
So, I agree.
Warlock hit Raise Dead. You can hit it on curve, but that's about it. Like Nate said, even Warlock. Yeah.
And even Warlock is fun, but it's just not anywhere near the power level of the other ones. So, I think that this is still a good card, and I think that throughout the years we will probably see this played in something or other. My kid came up to me the other day. He goes, Dad, here's this idea. Reno, even Warlock. And I was like, you could do it. I mean, I'm not saying you should do it, but like,
is he gonna play dragons?
Do it.
Play some put dragons in there. It'd probably be decent.
So I mean, we'll see. I think that this will be in the future. I do think we scored it a little bit too high, but whatever. Okay, so here we get into our top 10.
Okay,
and
number 10.
The scores again are a little bit weird because they're an average of all of our scores, and a few of us had to drop off because we had recorded so long. So the scores are a little bit funky, but I think it's still telling. So number 10 is Vectis. Vectis, neutral, 5-mana, 4/4, battlecry, summon 2/1/1 whelps. Each gains a death rattle from your minions that died this game. What do you think about this one, you guys? It came in at a 3.8 out of 5.
Okay, so for me, I like this card. There were so many cards from Scholomance that I wanted to play that I didn't get to this card soon enough. And by the time I started playing it, I think it's really cool. I like it a lot. That's me personally.
I think it should have been a Warlock class card.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Nate, I think you'd like this card.
I love this card, but I think I think between me and Gold Daniel are probably the only ones playing it. I know some people have tried it in like Egg Hunter. That's about it. I think that it is very, very good in Q Block because the demon death rattles are so strong. The only time it really whiffs is if it gets the death rattle of a cube, but you have to play it at the right time. But Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is it top 10 material from Scholomance? Probably not. I personally love this card.
It's a little too niche. Like I know when we were
Yeah.
co-oping with this card, and you got a little more big brain than I do when it comes to cube block. And you're like, no. Listen to this play. So I described whatever I wanted to do, right? And you're like, that's great, but check this
But,
out.
yeah.
I'm like, okay,
But there's more.
That was better. And it always involved Vectus.
It has
Hey,
great
for me,
synergy with
this card. I'm sorry. It has synergy with what?
Sorry, it has synergy with Plague of Flames. It's got synergy with Defile.
Yep.
So I think it should have been a Warlock class legend, but because that's all I use it for. But I do think we scored it a little bit high. It could have been a solid 3 or 3.5, but we gave it a 3.8 collectively.
Yeah, it is pretty high. I do like applying it, like you said, in Q Block, as you and Gold Daniel showed me. Another place that I was using it, well, the only place before you showed me that was in Priest. The Amara quest. I forget what it's called. Awaken the Makers.
Yeah. You could use it in that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the only place I used it. But like you said, it makes a board. So for Priest, I'm looking at a board like Spirit Lash, or if I'm playing against like a Raza or a Reno deck, you can get that board. Sometimes they won't destroy the stuff because they know what pops out of it will mess them up, and then you can hit Psychic Scream and send it into their deck. But like you said, it shouldn't be. It's only top 10. It shouldn't be top 10 because it's niche. But I feel like in the decks it can fit in. It's very cool.
Cool. All right, here's number 9. We scored at a 4, solid 4. Is Wand Thief, the mage and rogue common. It's the 1-mana 1/2 combo. Discover a mage spell.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily disagree with this score. I mean, at least in standard, you see it in pretty much every mage deck and every rogue deck, right? I mean, in wild maybe a little bit less, but I still think that it's decent in your quest mage. I don't think rogue really plays it much at all. I guess some people are playing it in odd rogue, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say odd rogue definitely. Because we all know the spells you can find within it, but the ones that will help you finish out games, Fireball, Frostbolt, spells like that. I've found sometimes I needed playing against other aggressive decks. I need to freeze, and sometimes this thing will pop out Frost Nova. Like I enjoy Wand Thief. Like seeing this card, man. Like what did I rate it? Was I awake? Let me check my score.
We all gave it 4.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah.
I see it constantly. So
yeah,
pops up all the time, and it can be a pain in the butt. So
yeah, I think it's solid.
A good card. Yeah, I think the vote here, the rating is pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think so too. So we'll see. I mean, the real question is going to be, were there any that we really like that we missed, that were really good that we missed? All right, number 8 is, and this one also, we collectively gave it a 4. All 5 of us gave it a 4.
Okay.
Lorekeeper Polkelt, 4 mana 4/5 Battlecry. Reorder your deck from the highest cost to the lowest cost. I think we should have scored this one higher.
It should have been a 5.
This guy.
At least we all agreed on 4, and nobody whiffed it. But it's definitely a 5. Like this, it's actually meta defining. You can like come on, Raza Priest just can play it and order their deck. It's good. I've even like in Seeker Mage, you can play it when you need everything at the top end of your deck. Like it just does anything and everything you need it to in the deck.
Yeah, I think we learned
that you put it in.
We learned that tutoring cards is very, very good. And I mean, this solidly, I think Reno Priest was already like tier 1, and Polkelt made it tier S, if you will, to immediately pull your Anduin, then Psychic Scream, then Raza if you don't have it, and Reno Jackson. It's just so
Note
good.
to everybody playing Warlock, though, save your Gnome Feratu for when they play this card.
Yep.
It's funny. I like that we're doing this because there was a point in time somebody influential in the wild scene said that Gnome Feratu is a bad card, never include it in your deck. And I feel bad for the people who always listen to reviews and they just base their gameplay off reviews. Because look at the game state we're in now. There's a card that will reorganize your opponent's deck, and Nosferatu is the perfect counter. So I love keeping all my cards. I don't like dust and stuff because you never know when something's going to come in handy, especially in this format.
It's always interesting when we bring a card back from like years ago that it was not good enough at the time, but now you need it for a different strategy than before. So I totally agree with you. And honestly, like us and everybody else, like we get reviews wrong all the time. Or things constantly evolve, you know. So something that was good a long time ago, or was bad a long time ago, is now good. So, but yeah, this I think should have been a 5, but I feel comfortable that we all scored at a 4, to just realize like, whoa. And who would have thought, jam this into Secret Mage so that you can pull your Alunith and your Fireballs, like what the stuff that you need to close out the game.
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny too, especially with the new darkness tech. You can make sure you can grab that to disrupt anybody playing Reno style decks too. So.
Yeah, it's solid. This one, I think we're right on it. If we could have scored a little higher. Okay, number 7 was Terrellian the Tenured, the Paladin Legendary, 8 mana, 3/12 with Rush. Whenever this attacks a minion, set the defender's attack and health to 3. I think we kind of whiffed here, and not. I still think that the power level of the card is very good, but the decks in Wild that we run, like, we don't want to play this, right?
No. Unfortunately, 8 mana for this effect is not up there with something like as simple as a Warlock destroying the Twisting Nether your entire board, right?
I do think that it will be interesting. Like, it looks like we got some support in this new set for like a pure Paladin. And so I could see this getting slotted into that maybe, but I don't know yet. I do think we scored it probably too high. I mean, I think the power level is insane, because like, say this can clear a Deathwing, right? But at the same time, like, it's too slow for Wild. So I think that I scored it a 5, which was a mistake. In hindsight,
I feel embarrassed.
Everybody else gave it a 4. I think in retrospect a 3. You know, I think it's seen in some decks, but it is hardly meta. So
yeah, it's way too slow. Like turn 8 in.
Can I confess to something?
Uh-oh.
You crafted it in gold?
No, the second worst possible thing.
You crafted it.
No. So I'm playing a pure
You dusted
Paladin
it and then you recrafted it.
Nope, that's the third worst. Yeah. So hear me out. This is a good one. Not for me. So playing against a warrior deck and then playing pure Paladin. Actually a secret Paladin list from like Spyver like a few years ago, but I just made it pure Paladin, blah blah blah. Pure secrets. The opponent slams down Rattlegore. Big body, 9/9, you know what I'm saying? Got the death rattle effect once it dies. Is -1.
Don't let Alpha see that.
So I slam down Turlon, right? Nice effect, all golden. I'm ready to let's go. We charge it in. We target it and we attack it. It turns into a 3/3. We destroy it. So I'm like, everybody, and this is on stream. I'm like, get your clips ready, get ready. And I wish someone clipped it. No one did. I'm glad no one did. I kill the 3/3. It comes back as an 8/8.
8/8, yeah.
Ooh, wow.
I hate this card. I hate this card. Get out of here.
That's an interesting interaction. I didn't know it would do that. I don't know.
The one time I thought Turlon, I was like, oh, this card's going to be sick. Nope. Comes back as an 8/8, dude.
Wow. No, that almost seems like a bug to me.
Oh, man. I was so mad.
Right? That doesn't seem... that sucks, man. I don't know. That seems like a bug to me.
We voted this card way too high.
Oh, yeah. Way too high. I did open it on Asia, and I have not disenchanted it. I'm going to hold on to it for now. You never know.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have number 6. That Terrellian, there was a combined score of 4.2. The next one is 4.25. Is Demon Companion. This is the Hunter and Demon Hunter rare spell. Summon 1 mana, summon a random Demon Companion. No, I don't even know. I mean, I don't think we run it in Odd Demon Hunter. After Demon Hunter got nerfed pretty hard, an Odd Demon Hunter is fairly refined. Like I don't think that this is really good enough to slot in the deck.
On the HS replay site, it is in the most played list that's on here, but
For wild or standard?
no, for wild because it's got Baku. So it's I checked just to make sure it is there, but I don't know. I don't know if that's most played, right? So it doesn't mean it's the best. There's probably people playing Demon Hunter, Odd Demon Hunter decks that are way better. This is just sort of maybe like a common list that's going around, but people are playing it. It's definitely not as high as we rated it for sure.
It looks like I voted it at 3. Am I on the far right?
I think you are the far right.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 5. Oh man, I'm the one talking trash on it, and I gave it a 5. Idiot.
I mean, I do think that this goes in a real aggressive list, right? This could
What was I thinking?
And like it's Schmoopy Daddy in chat is saying that this goes in Hunter way more than it does in Demon Hunter. Yeah, I think you're probably right. But I don't know. I have to blame some of our scoring also on like the tiredness levels as we get like later and later and later.
You know what? One thing I want to point out is I was listening to Squelch, and I believe it was Enthrallment on there said, I hate when people won't just give their real opinion and always say, oh, we'll see what the rest of this set has to do. We'll see what happens in the future. Just tell me what you think, right? Who cares if you get it right? Who cares if you get it wrong? No one's going to hold you accountable. We're just interested in your opinion.
Yeah.
Right? And I believe it was Enthrallment who said that. And thank you, Enthrallment, because I gave this a 5, and I'm glad you will not hold me accountable.
No, I like it. I think hot takes are good, and then we can look back on them later, and it's really interesting to see, like, were we right, were we wrong? And I think there's a couple of these that I think that even, like, we may have been right on, and people just aren't playing them yet. I've got a specific one in mind. Yeah. Not next, but the one after. So.
Got it. Okay.
All right, so next up is number 5. We are now moving into our top 5. We collectively gave this one a 4.
Top five.
4.6 is Voracious Reader.
Good card.
2 mana 1/3 at the end of your turn, draw until you have 3 cards. I fully agree with our score here. That this is like an almost perfect card.
I got the Voracious Reader hat on. See, this is the Scully, because Voracious Reader, like that's the one that'll rob you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch out. Yeah, that card.
I'm looking at the card. I'm like, I don't see no hat. I'm like looking at
that card's gangster.
Because it'll rob you. That's great.
Now you think you win in the game against Druid? Boom.
That's where it really found a home, right? Like it was in Rogue right away is where we all placed it, and then aggro Druid is where it's at.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, and the deck, the card is just so good. I mean, it's like a better Jeeves. It's a one-sided, and I still double take sometimes when my opponent plays this and think to myself like, "Oh, cool. Well, at least I'll get to draw a card at the end of my turn." Nope, no, you don't.
Nope.
So not how that works.
This card is fantastic.
Let me get that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So I think we were right on the mark with this one here. So
I've seen so many 5/7 Voracious Readers. Oh my goodness. That Embiggen deck is awesome.
Oh
it's
yeah.
Nuts.
It's so nuts. Fast. So okay, next up we have number 4. We collectively scored this also a 4.6. Is Diligent Note Taker. This is the Shaman 2 mana 2/3 with spell burst. Return the spell to your hand. So this is interesting for me, and I think that I still think that this card is very good, but nobody's playing even Shaman right now. And so I don't know if that's because Reno Priest is so rampant. Probably, right? Because Reno Priest just like mops the floor with even Shaman.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that the card is really good. I don't know if it's like, you know, I gave it a 5, you know, and maybe that's I scored it too high, but I still think that it's that the deck that it currently goes in is not good enough. But I think that the card is still pretty good.
I still think it's good as well. It's just currently not in the meta.
Yeah, I scored it a 5 as well. This card I think is awesome for even Shaman because you could hit, damage spells for double the damage. But while you're doing that, you have opponents playing Raza Priest going machine gun crazy. You have people playing, like Nate Wolf Cube Block going cube crazy, just dominating people and going to legend with ease. You got people playing Wand Taker and Odd Rogue. So I think the card's good. It's just where the deck falls back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's three better decks than even Shaman, or 3 other decks I want to play before I play even Shaman.
Yeah. I think in hindsight I would have given it probably a 4 instead of a 5, but
yeah. I'm glad we're doing this because I'm better prepared for Saturday. I won't be as gung ho.
You know what? It's funny looking back at it like that. It does give a little bit of perspective before we do Saturday, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, it's interesting, right, to see. I do think that the power level of the new set is not as high as Scholomance was. I haven't seen anything yet that I thought was totally busted. But I will talk about it on Saturday. But all right. So here we go. Here's our top 3 now. Top 3 cards of the set. So here's number 3 that we collectively gave it a 4.6. 3 of us gave it a 5. 2 of us gave it a 4.
I was a 4.
Mindrender Illucia, the Priest legendary, 2-mana 1/3 battle cry. Swap hands and decks with your opponent until your next turn. I think that we were probably right on the money with this because this card is totally is very, very good. Now, the interesting thing from my perspective is it is very difficult to play. To play it, I don't know what the right word is that I'm looking for, like optimally, I suppose. It's often like a very awkward play, but you can win games from it. You can lose games from it.
This one got nerfed though, right?
It did get nerfed. That's how you can tell we scored it right because it got nerfed.
Yeah, it was 2 mana.
Oh yeah. What is it now? 3?
Yeah.
3.
I took this is the card art, the original card art from when we did our
People were
review show. So
like jamming this against aggro and then playing coin and pulling like whatever aggro card was in their hand or whatever just to disrupt them.
I don't remember who said it, but I thought it was so funny. Someone saying, "Hey, when you're playing Reno Priest, you play this on turn 2 just to show your opponent I've got Raza and Anduin and Reno Jackson."
I heard that too.
just so that they concede.
No
Flex.
I know that Ray C was the one pioneering this for playing this on curve against aggro.
I don't know that that's optimal. I think it's pretty funny though. But
oh yeah, no, definitely people argued with him. It was in his chat. Everyone was saying that it was wrong, but
that's hilarious.
I mean, whenever he did it, it was working.
It's a flex. I mean, it truly is. But the card, if the card is so good that it got nerfed, then we scored it right.
Yeah.
So
just show them what you have in your hand.
That's hilarious, right?
That's so funny. Hey, look what I get.
I know that Jack did a video on this card on how to play it better. So we'll see. But the card is clearly good. All right, so here's our number 2. Number 2, we collectively gave a 4.75. Ace Hunter Kreen, the Hunter and Demon Hunter legendary 3 mana 2/4. Your other characters are immune while attacking. I don't know. I don't think that. I mean, clearly it's a good card. I just don't think that it is being played nearly to the extent that anyone thought it would. I don't know. Maybe it's just that they nerfed Demon Hunter so hard. Maybe it's that the Priest and Warlock, the Cabal classes, I think in Wild especially, are so good that that Demon Hunter is not quite up to par. I don't know.
It's great. The only thing I can think of is that this encourages trading when Demon Hunter wants to hit you in the face.
Yeah. The beauty of it is, I know like Wildcard has been playing it in his odd Demon Hunter list, and it is nice to have a full board go up against like an aggro druid or something. Is fantastic because you can trade. You can trade without losing any of your minions, which is awesome. So speak of the devil, Wildcard is just joined us as well. So yeah, he's using it.
Thanks for that raid, Twitch raid.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So I think it's a good card. Do I think that it is the second best card of the set? No, I don't. Polkelt should have been higher than this one, but yeah. Speaking of the devil, and he shall appear.
We were just talking about you, Wildcard.
I was saying,
we do the next card.
Next card's dangerous.
The next card is dangerous. So in hindsight, what do you think we should have scored this? So this was a 4.75 from us. I think for me, I mean, I still think that it's very good.
Okay.
Wildcard, we were just talking about you because you're playing this in your odd Demon Hunter deck. And we had scored this. We're doing a retrospective look back at our top 15 cards from Scholomance, and this is our number 2 best card. So, I mean, for me personally, I think that the power level is still there. I gave it a 5, which I would not anymore. But I still think it's very good. I don't know. Maybe it's a solid 4 for me. Like I think the card is very, very good.
I'd probably dial it back a whole vote, I think.
Yeah, I think that this one is sort of in the same camp as Diligent Note Taker for me, in that the card itself is very good, but the deck or the class in general is not sitting in a good place in the meta right now. That in the right meta, it would be good. But I also agree with what you said, Hydra, in that Demon Hunter mostly wants to go face, and this encourages trading. And so, but, I think in years to come, like, the card still slots in nicely to Odd Demon Hunter, and any Demon Hunter deck, like, it's an auto include for me. So, I don't know.
For me, I wish I didn't give it a 5. I wish I gave it a 3, because when I have to base it on how wild it is, I wish I gave it a 3. I don't think it's that great unless it's in some kind of niche or like a custom tournament, because Raza Priest runs through this. Q Block doesn't care. Like, I think it's a cool ability. I'll give it that. I wish I gave it a 3. I gave it a 5.
Yeah. Well, and this is something that's important for us, I think, to keep in mind for Saturday's show, is that when we score these, we're not scoring them for standard, we're scoring them for wild. And so again, like, the question is, does this slot into an existing deck, which means that the card has to be better than whatever is currently in that deck to fit, or does it create a new archetype? And I think the thought with this is that, hey, Odd Demon Hunter is so new that it's not fully refined yet. So hey, maybe this slots into that. I don't know. In hindsight, it's just probably not good enough. What is it? Probably a tier 3 deck. So I don't know. But definitely,
for the sake of the history books, Schmoopy Daddy is saying, in all seriousness, there is a deck, Murloc Demon Hunter. I have come across it, so I know that he's being serious. And he's saying that this card can slot in there, even though it's not your typical Demon Hunter deck.
It's very good against aggro. I mean, so the top decks right now, and this is fully in a bubble, right, are probably Reno Priest and Aggro Druid are probably, in my opinion, are probably the top 2 decks at the moment, with maybe your, like, Reno Warlock is, like, right up there as well. And I could see, if you're facing off against that aggro druid, this card would be very, very good in that because you have to contest the board. The priest just doesn't care about it.
Nah.
Yeah, okay, you can just keep it. We don't care about it.
It's to attack. Okay,
yeah. All right. So here's our number one card. Number one card of the expansion. We all gave it a 5. This is the only the only card that all 5 of us scored a 5, which at the time I think we had said was quote unquote busted.
Busted.
Yep.
Secret Passage. Secret Passage at 1 mana is the epic rogue spell. Replace your hand with 5 cards from your deck. Swap them back next turn. And we were so correct that it got nerfed.
Yeah, to 4, and it's still pretty busted.
Oh man.
Yeah. And so I agree. Like this one, any card that gets nerfed is pretty validating that we called it correctly. So
I love this card.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I had opened 1 in gold, and I just kept it because it was like it's so good. And this is something that's going to be in rogue decks forever. Like it's just too good.
Forever. Forever. You know what's cool looking at this list? As I hear you guys talk, it's crazy that I didn't see. Well, I don't think anyone saw it right away, but like how powerful Odd Rogue would be. Because look at this list. There's so many cards that slide into Odd Rogue. I know this card goes into any rogue deck, but I was just thinking of playing last night, looking for lethal, hitting Secret Passage. People new to the game, they'll think the card is cool. Play 1 mana, search for 4. But everyone here right now, we all remember when they search for 5. When you search for 5 cards, that feeling, man, that was so cool while it lasted.
Man, well, I loved it in Kingsbane because you get your 5 and like you just play all of them. I mean, it was great. But I agree with you with Odd Rogue because what you play Krastenov and Cutting Class and Wand Thief, and Secret Passage, and Voracious Reader.
Like you keep everything that you like. If you cut in class after drawing it, you keep those cards, right?
Yes.
So like it's just it's just great.
Hey, to throw Secret Passage some more love and attention, another cool effect that I discovered on accident, and then I went into Discord to geek out, but I guess I was late. You play Evocation in Secret Passage, and then once the Secret Passage ends, you get all the mage spells back, and they don't actually burn away. It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. This also had a really interesting interaction with there's a Mechathune OTK with it where just the mechanics of the card, when you shuffle the cards or replace your hand with 5 cards, swap them back next turn, like the cards go off into the void. Like when you replace your hand, like if you do this when you have what is the combo? You drop the Mechathune as a what is it? Like a 1 health.
Anka the Buried.
Yes, with Anka the Buried, right? So you play Anka the Buried, you get Mechathune down to a 1 health. Then you can play the Secret Passage to burn it with a Wild Pyromancer, Secret Passage. And so during that time, you send the cards off, and they go into the Secret Passage, right? And the game counts that as your deck being empty, and then Wild Pyro will kill Mechathune, and you just win. And so it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
There's
really
a
interesting new card coming out, where you can, I think it's like evasion for 1 turn. You can't be damaged, or you go stealth mode. That might help this idea you're talking about right here, and that might improve that deck where Secret Passage gets played even more.
Yeah,
I saw that. We'll definitely talk about that on Saturday.
Yeah. On Saturday.
It looks pretty cool.
All right. So what do you think, you guys? We were pretty accurate with our top 10 for the most part.
We definitely were. There was a couple that we kind of whiffed on here, but in general, I think we nailed it. Our number 2, definitely not, but a couple in there that we really sort of missed. But in general, I think we nailed it pretty good.
So
out of the top 10, I think 4 out of the 10 are wrong, but I like the top 10. Yeah.
Secret Passage, Illucia, Voracious Reader, Polkelt,
Polkelt should have been higher, but
Cutting Class. Like, I think those were right on. Yeah, I don't know. For the most part, we did pretty well. So here's the other question: are there any that you feel like we totally whiffed on that we should have
that
counted?
we missed?
Well, that we should have counted a lot higher than we did. There's a couple. So I'm looking at the list right now. Sphere of Sapience, we collectively gave. Sphere of Sapience, we collectively gave a 3.4. So it was in our top 20. I think that card is pretty good. Flesh Giant, we gave a 3.3.
What do we give Penflinger?
Oh, I don't know. We scored it pretty low. I'll find it here.
Hey, loser.
Freaking Penflinger, man.
It wasn't me.
Every time I hear that card, I think of either Slizzle or Keith Numbers. Like, they always say, hey, loser.
Devolving Missiles, we gave a solid 3. Let's see here. Lord Barrow.
I mirror entitied. Hold on. I mirror entitied Penflinger earlier today.
Oh.
And that went very well for me.
That's delicious.
Let's
like
put it that way.
Where did we place Broom?
Oh, that's another one. I don't know. Let me. I'm just going down the list.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's cool. But I'll look for it. I'm kind of looking for any that see a lot of play right now. So let's see here. Lord Barov, we gave a 2.6, which I think the card is probably better than that in hindsight.
Where's this sheet at? I gotta open this sheet.
Definitely better than that.
Let's see here. Janice Barrow, we gave a 2.
What?
I know people are running it in
2.
People are running it in Odd Rogue. I still don't think. I think it probably should have been a solid 3. I gave it a 3. I don't think that it's. I think that it's okay. A lot better than we gave it credit for.
I'm on the thing now.
Okay, so Penflinger, we gave a 1.8.
What?
We all gave it. So Mike, you gave it a 3. So I think you're safe. I gave it a 1. I think that I didn't realize, especially it even is slotted into Raza, like Reno Priest, because it's so good. So I do think we whiffed on that one. Let's see what else here. Blessing of Authority, we gave a 1.6. That's the one that gives something +8/+8. I know we see some play in Odd Paladin. So I don't know about that. Archwitch Willow, we gave a 1.6, which is now one of my favorite cards, but it got a buff. It used to cost 9 and now it costs 8. And that one
oh my goodness.
Collectively, I think that one I should have gone out on a limb on and scored higher, but at 9 it was probably too expensive. Broomstick.
Hey, don't put it on screen. I don't want them to see it. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
Broomstick, we gave a 1.6.
Wow. Oh no.
Where's my hood?
The 3 of us, shame. The 3 of us all gave it
mask?
1s, I think. Oh no, it was me, Danny, and Mike gave it a 1. Hydra gave it a 2. Sheep gave it a 3. So,
thank you, Sheep, for bringing us credibility.
I tried a little for the 2.
Gibberling got a 1.4.
Sheep and Hydra,
which is definitely seeing play in that aggro druid. Let's see.
It's funny to look back at those to see what we riffed on. Hey,
I mean, I do think that a lot of them we for the most part we were pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely got it. But
let's see here.
Yeah, I was pretty dead on a bunch of these ones.
First day of school, we gave a 1.2, and we've seen that in actually quite a bit of Paladin decks. But I don't know, whatever. Let's see here. Okay, here's the one that I think that we completely whiffed on. I can't even find it here.
What's it called?
Raised Dead. We gave Raised Dead a 1.
Oh.
Raised Dead?
I see that card all the time.
The zero mana that
deal 3 to your face.
Yeah, 0 mana, deal 3 to your hero, give you back 2 cards. The card is so busted in, especially in Reno decks, Reno Priest in particular. Like, oh yeah, cool. I'll just get back my.
I was sleeping.
I'll just get back my Zephyrs and my Kazakis, thank you.
Damn. I was sleeping when this card was reviewed. My bad.
Oh well. Yeah, this card we totally whiffed on that one. I think the rest of them we did pretty okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is there any other ones that you guys want me to look up?
Oh, I'm on the sheet right now. I'm starting from the
Okay.
bottom, looking up. I feel embarrassed.
Let me look. There's nothing I can
Guardian.
currently think of.
Yeah, no, I mean,
But it's better to look at the bottom.
Oh,
But yeah,
wow.
no, I think we did okay.
I think we did pretty good for the rest of them.
Yeah.
So
I will say, I guess you can't vote for
Stick is way
like
too
duels
low,
or whatever,
yeah.
but that Firebrand like sucks to play in Wild, but people are playing that in duels all the time.
Oh, tour guide. Let's find out.
Oh, where's tour guide?
We collectively gave it a 3, a solid 3. 3, 3,
not
3, 2, and 4.
I give it a 4.
Yes, you did. Yeah, and that's a good card.
You here for the tour? Yes, I nailed it.
Yeah, that
Sorry,
one.
broomstick.
That one is
I dropped
pretty.
broomstick.
I think 3 is a solid score for that card because it's not busted. So yeah, are there anybody in chat that want us to look up anything else just to see if we were right or wrong?
I do appreciate that Trick Totem is our worst rated card.
I hate that card.
Trick Totem
because
sucks.
I've never seen it go well.
right, Nate.
Like I've actually never seen it go well.
It doesn't. It's not coded.
It just like kills itself or freezes something on its
I
own
still-
side.
I
It's
love
the punishment
that,
for putting it in your deck. If you put it in your deck, it's gonna.
I love that Clark Hellscream video where he got devolved and it gave him a Tricky Totem, and then Tricky Totem like wiped his board or discarded his hand or whatever it did. It was
It was
it's so funny. It's like, Tricky Totem, don't you do it? Don't
Yeah,
you
he's
do
like,
it?
Don't do it. And then it did it.
And then it does it. Damn. Don't do it, and it does it.
Oh man,
Look at that. I rated tour guide a 4. Nice. All right. else is down here?
good. See, this is good prep for us for this big review show, and then next time we can go back and do another, look back and see how right we were and how wrong.
Yeah.
So, but
Cool.
I feel like we did a pretty good job. Anyways, good
Oh.
timing. So we've been at it for just about an hour. And I think we're pretty much done. So our normal show, we will not be recording this Friday. We're taking Friday night off. Prepping for our big card reveal show will be on Saturday. We will do it live, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern here on Twitch, twitch.tv/borntobewildhs. And it will be the 3 of us plus our buddy Electric Sheep City, and we'll do it in the same kind of format.
Sheep.
I know, right? We usually record for 3 hours. We're gonna make it up. We'll make up for it on Saturday. Don't worry about it. And then, so this week will be the card review show. Next week we are going to do a lore episode on the Dark Moon Fair with Goliath the Dwarf, and that will be a lot of fun as well. And so,
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Going to
Yeah,
the fair.
Goliath.
should be a blast. Should be a blast. Well, hey, thank you guys for coming on. It's always fun to hang out, and we get to hang out in the middle of the week, which we don't usually get to do. So I was pumped for this. So appreciate your time.
Yeah, me too. This is awesome.
Cool. Hey, Mike, where can people? I know you've been streaming a lot lately. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me here on Twitch at Mike Low TV.
Dude, I saw you do an 11-hour stream the other day. You're an absolute madman.
Yeah, there just have been different times throughout the day where people have been coming in and out. It just, when you're doing something so fun, and not to be cliche or cheesy, don't even notice the time fly by. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I looked
That's
up
awesome.
and it was just like 7 hours later, and I was like, oh crap. But like within that, like, getting follows, subscribers, donations. So
Yeah, big
It's
shout out. You
not
just hit
just-
1,000. You just hit 1,000.
oh
right?
yeah, we just
Both there for that
yeah.
was it last night?
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We hit 1K. That was awesome. I
That's-
forgot till just now. Thanks.
That was very,
But,
very cool. So,
But yeah,
I'm
it's
happy
never
for you.
like, hey, thanks. It's never like 10 to 11 hours of just sitting there doing nothing. It's always like stuff going on. So it's all good. I appreciate it. All the attention and the people lurking, hanging out. It's cool, man. I'll be on tonight.
Hey, rock and roll. Well, if you jump on quick enough, we can raid you.
Oh, that's true. I gotta set up first. Yeah, I gotta set up.
Hydra, where can people find you?
Everybody can find me on Twitch and on Twitter at Hydralisk_HS, and definitely Saturday morning when we start at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And as for me, you can find me on Twitter at NateWolfTCG. It's NateWolfeTCG. More importantly, you can find the show at borntobewildhs.com. And you can find all of our content through that. We've been really trying hard to get a lot of stuff up on YouTube. If you guys are interested in seeing some gameplay, something that I don't think we'll get a chance to talk about on the next show because we'll be doing the card reveal, but I hit Legend over the past, I don't know, it was after last show, and got the last 3 games, did a little co-op with Daniel from the Hearthstoners, and got the video up on the YouTube, and that was pretty fun. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, it's there. And then I was able to do a co-op with Wildcard of his odd big Demon Hunter deck, and have that up on YouTube in the next few days or so. But anyways, thank you all for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody in chat who's been here hanging out and asking questions. The Dark Moon Fair lore episode with Goliath will be so this week is our card reveal show, and then the following week will be Dark Moon Fair lore, which it makes sense for us to do a lore episode as like the first week of the new set, because I think the meta is so unrefined that it doesn't I mean we could have a deck to talk about and play, but it's not gonna be, it'll be more experimental, right? Because
we can speak more on it the following week.
For sure. And I think that when the meta is so fresh, like, or just, hey, this is a new set, like it feels to me like the best time to talk about the lore is right up front, as opposed to way later. And just so you can kind of get a feel for it. And so we'll see. Initially, early on, we were talking about combining a lore episode of Dark Moon Fair with the Old Gods. And then Goliath and I were chatting earlier today and kind of came to the realization that if we do that, it's going to be like a 6-hour show, and we don't want to do that. So, I mean, the old gods have their own whole story. It's a little bit tricky because the lore behind Dark Moon Fair is very minor compared towards some of our other lore episodes. But I think there's enough for us to do a decent episode on it. And if we combine the Old Gods, it would turn into a 6-hour show that is just get out of control. So we're going to end up doing a separate one on the Old Gods at some other point. But it'll be fun because we'll be able to take the Old God stuff from Dark Moon Fair and the Old Gods from Whispers of the Old Gods and kind of jam those together and do an Old Gods lore episode separately. So that should be a blast.
Yeah, cool.
Hey,
cool.
I just want to say before we get out of here, you said it. Schmoopy Daddy had said it. I do enjoy, we're kind of stumbling into something cool here, and I think we're going to perfect it going forward. I do enjoy when the set comes out that we do the lore episodes, because I came from Magic. I got no clue what the heck's going on in World of Warcraft. Now, I know I could take the time to Google it, but I'm just lazy. So anyway, it's cool when the sets come out that we do the lore episodes, because it was cool for me to get like sucked into like learn about Scholomance and like the family had the building and Kel'Thuzad came, and like it made me play decks with Lord Barov for like 6 days straight in a row, and then Janice like so I don't know what part of the story will attach to certain people, but like I feel like doing the lore first, like Smoopy had just said, it helps people like feel more of what's going on, at least for me, because I don't know any of the backstories, so it's pretty cool that I'm on a show that actually does the lore episodes, and then I'm in here in the conversation hearing it, and it's pretty cool. I enjoy it. Well,
it's exciting. I always enjoy hanging out with Goliath, and he's so well versed at what he does. that the lore episodes they just get really engaging. They're fun. It's fun to listen to the stories, and we start like really looking forward to those. And we have gotten a lot of great feedback, and so always excited to have Goliath on. Really appreciate what he does for us, his time. So I'm excited. It's going to be a really fun couple of weeks here. So
Yeah.
as far as what the new set coming out next week, I'll probably do stream my pack opening and do some streaming gameplay of some Theorycraft decks that I've been working on.
All 12,000 packs, huh?
Yeah.
Someone asked the other day, how many packs do you need to open to get the whole thing? It's probably right around 300. I think is probably you get the whole thing, maybe even less. Now that you got the duplicate protection.
Oh yeah, it's so much easier than before.
Maybe it's even closer to 250. I'm gonna end up opening about 400, which is
The problem is if you just get unlucky with the pity timer, right?
That's true.
Like the biggest thing. You could, in the 200 packs you open, you could get your like 5 legendaries. Instead,
yeah, no,
right?
it's true. Like you'll guarantee to get all of the commons and rares. You will get most of the epics, and then the legendaries are a little bit trickier. So it depends. Are any of you guys doing an early fireside thing to try to open packs early? Nope.
Nah.
How dare you, sir?
Only once I did that, and never again.
I'm right there with you. I won't be doing it either. So.
Mm-mm. Nope.
All right.
Okay,
well, I think that's it for us. But it's super fun to do a midweek episode, and thanks to everybody for hanging out. Mike is going to stream later, so if you guys are interested, head on over to Myclo TV on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
And we'll see you guys all on Saturday morning.
See you guys then.
See you guys Saturday.
Peace.